obviously this is not, maybe what we expected as far as, being 0-2, but the message, to our guys is if you look across the board, right, at teams in these games, right, there's kind of two ways to look about it. You can go and, schedule a game that no one really knows about, or you can schedule a game that, you might be playing, Division III school or something like that and win by 50, and I don't know if you learn much about your guys in that moment. And so for us, we went and we scheduled as hard and as good a competition as we thought we could for those exhibition games. And so my goal in that was to learn a lot about our team. All right? And I thought the first game, we learned a lot in that when the bright lights came on, we kind of quit executing. And so we had some good conversations about what we want to be, what we've drilled, what we've worked on, and I thought we did a much better job of that today. The thing that I really learned today, and number one, I had a ton of fun. It was fun coaching against Coach Warner, and he's got a great team. They should have a fantastic year. I thought we got to a point in the game where we were a little frustrated, and they were getting some easy baskets. And I thought we responded. So I loved the competitive spirit there from our guys. And we were able to get into a moment where things weren't really going our way, and really we had a 6-point lead going into the last medium. Now we got to learn to close the game, and I think we will. We messed up a ball screen coverage there at the end that led to one of those buckets. They got 2 offensive rebounds. We missed some free throws, had an offensive foul, but we just didn't close the game the way we wanted. But the reality of it is we're going to get healthy. We're going to get some of our guys that we're counting on to play some huge minutes. Hopefully they're going to get back here pretty soon, and we can go into our season understanding what we are and maybe what we need to work on, and adding pieces that we feel are going to be huge for us.
For Aaron and Trevor, you guys are older, experienced senior leaders on this team. I guess what's the message to the guys to make sure that this doesn't begin to snowball?
Well, I don't think it's going to necessarily be like a snowball effect. I know everyone's expecting, since we have a lot of Big Ten transfers, obviously, Kev was a really, really, really talented Division II player. We have really talented freshmen coming in. We kind of just expected for it to be a little bit easier. But, obviously scheduling Flagler and Ashland, a team that, played in the Sweet 16 last year, and a team that, is ranked number 2 in the country right now. Those are not easy games, so, we have to mesh. I don't care how talented you are, we have to mesh in, 12 new guys. And I was just telling that to some of the guys, we're still having to mesh in, 12 new guys to the program. And some of these teams have, their entire starting 5 is back, and, you have to respect the division, whether it's Division 1, 2, or 3. It's very, very, very tough to play against really good teams in general.
As Trevor, Matt's talked about things he's learned. What have you learned in the first couple games about your teammates, about you playing here, this team?
We just gotta get better. Gotta look at the film, gotta break it down, and just keep building, just keep getting better. We've learned a lot about ourselves these first 2 games. We know what's ahead. We know what this league brings. Just gotta get better.
Do you get deterred at all about the results of these first couple games, or is it just a lot of film study?
No, it's basketball. Just gotta get better.
Preston, you hit your first 3-pointer, and I don't know if I've seen a person smile wider than someone on the floor. Your emotion, your clapping hands, your slapping. I don't know if you actually slapped the floor, but you look like you're about to. You just talk about what you can bring to the floor, and I guess how excited it is to get out there and kind of use these games as a proving ground a little bit.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Just trying to still find my role and knock down shots when I'm open. And my biggest thing is defense and energy, and playing as hard as I can and trying to feel the other guys on the floor. Bring them energy, and if we can get stops on defense, they're going to have a hard time winning.
Matt, talk about learning things about your team. I guess if you can touch on Preston a little bit and what you've learned in his 2 basketball games here.
Well, he's pretty reliable. I trust him right now, and it would, and not to, I don't need people to look too much into that, but like I trust all our guys. It's just when you get into moments, are you going to be there defensively? Are you going to, run our action well? Things like that. And I thought Preston for 2 games in a row now has come in and really given us a lift. And so, and I thought he actually had 4 fouls there. One of them I'm pretty sure wasn't. But again, I mean, it's an exhibition. But he was a huge lift for us today. He was absolutely huge.
Can you touch on coaching against Chad a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, this was, as we went into this, right? Again, it's I guarantee a game no one else would play, right? Flagler coming up that Final Four with everyone back, and they added a bunch of pieces too. If you guys look at their roster, and they had some Division I transfers, and they got another that young man that hit that game winner against us was actually an all-league big on another team in this league. So they really did add some talent. But for me, it's how you look at it, right? If you're looking at it with the expectation of trying to get better, playing a game that that's meaningful and challenging, then we definitely accomplished that. So I was proud of it, and I really was. I was proud of the fight that our guys had. Obviously, we need to close that game. We need to close it, but again, I like the group a lot. Especially, we get some more guys back. I mean, it's going to help a ton.
Aaron, I guess just what the games are going to be for real now? Is it just a heightened mentality on the court? Is it just a little bit different when the lights get a little bit brighter on Tuesday?
No, we tried to prepare it like this. I mean, in reality, it's really 2 exhibition games that we played, so it doesn't count against our record. I mean, this is going to all go over, but we're just going to go out there and play. We're going to go and pretty much, galvanize a group, make sure that everyone's, ready to play on Tuesday, but it's going to be the same process, so it won't, have a different feel. We just all need to just come together and, just understand what's at stake, and we'll be fine.
Obviously, got to ask about Ben. Do you have any thoughts, timeline? Have you heard anything from doctors or anything like that?
All I will tell you, and again, it's probably a question for Ben. I know we don't make injured guys available, right? But Ben is getting better every single day, and today he was out of the boot. The swing looks good. And he's a really, really, really tough young man. And so, with injuries like that, if you played basketball, everyone's turned their ankle. It's painful, but at some point, you just kind of strap it up with life. And I know Ben really wants to be out there quickly.
Trevor, you played 32 minutes tonight. I know that at Wisconsin you weren't getting the opportunity for 32 minutes. I think you played that a lot at Green Bay. Just what are you going to do with your body to make sure that night in and night out you can be able to get through that? And how good does it feel to play 32 minutes in a game?
I started by drinking a gallon of water 3 days ago. After my whole body was cramping that first game. But I just think really using Ken, getting treatment, even if everything feels good, and just working on my stretching, just doing all that stuff to the max. It's my last year. I've talked to EG a couple times coming into practice, and our bodies feel it for playing so long at this high of a level. So just overdoing it, over getting treatment, and just really, really taking care of my body the best I can.
And my final question, Trevor, when you look at Preston, a Wisconsin guy who plays your position, just what message do you have for him? What do you see from him? Is it like a little brother out there? Just what do you think about that?
Colin Gillespie, Villanova point guard. That's who he reminds me of. Obviously, there's shades of myself being from Wisconsin and that connection, but I mean, everyone can see it. Plays hard, knows how to play, and I want to go to battle with those guys every single day.
Yeah, Trevor, what was it? First time. Can we get Preston in the game?
No.
And so, again, I mean, that means a lot, coming from a senior. The other day I was sitting in the team room with Preston and, just talking a little bit about his journey, and it's crazy to hear about it, just kind of what, a worldwide pandemic can do to a young man's recruit, and how he ends up here, but, you know, one of the things that, hey, you know, who did you look up to in high school? It was like, oh, Kobe, Trevor. It's like, and so hearing that, pretty cool. But again, he's proven really quickly he belongs, that's for sure.
And I guess, let me finish with this, Matt, because the buzz is going to be out there. Valpo lost to two D2 teams, all that. I mean, that outside noise is going to be there, right? Just how do you drown that out with the guys who, in the world of social media now, that stuff is going to be out there a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, I don't really pay attention much to social media. You know, I would tell you that Flagler would beat a number of Division I teams, and so would Ashland. And so, again, for me, it's it's looking at the totality of what we were, right? We were a team with a lot of new guys, and again, there's two ways to go about it. You can get, you know, some confidence, right, Paul? You can go in and try to, you know, win, beat a team, or you can get tested. And for me, as I look at our league, I really do believe there is going to be, you know, 18 5-point games. I mean, it's going to be insane. And you know, for us, I didn't think we were, you know, we didn't play the way we wanted to last year, and we beat a team that was 18-0. You know, we also took a Sweet 16 team right down to the wire, but that's our league. And so for us to prepare for that, we've got to challenge ourselves early. And so, again, you know, you also got to look big picture. And these guys will tell you, like, Ben Cricky has been dominating practice. I mean, I think he's 62% from the field in practice. So you add that to this game, you know, I mean, he's a second-team all-league guy. You know, we've got, obviously, Connor Barrett has had major moments for us already short in his career. And so, you know, those guys are we're going to count on them to do some major things for us. And so I'm not discouraged at all. I mean, do I want to win? Absolutely. But I'm thinking big picture, Paul, and I'm liking what I learned.